It's Week 18 of the NFL. Coming up, we'll see Carson Wentz, as he's gone over 4,000 yards passing now for the year. It's the Giants and the Jets, and it's all just ahead on Madden NFL 23.
From the stadium that hosted Super Bowl 48 back in 2014, there's a look at MetLife Stadium here in East Rutherford. It's the battle for New York, or New Jersey for that matter. The Giants and Jets are underway. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. So here are the Giants ready to start their initial drive of the game. As we get a peek at the number 2 overall pick from the 2016 draft, standing at 6'5", Carson Wentz.
And last week's loss came despite a clean game on his end, throwing the ball with 2 touchdowns and 0 interceptions. His job this week is simple. Do it again. Continue to avoid turnovers and hope that what sunk them last week resolves itself this time around.
They'll start out on the ground. It's Saquon Barkley. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. They'll go to Barkley again. And not a whole lot there. Maybe a yard to the 27. Hang on a second here, because on that last play, it appears one of the Giants shaken up. An early tough test on the opening drive. This is 3rd and 8. Wentz going to throw. And able to catch it on the left sideline, but they're going to rule him out of bounds. So it'll be incomplete. Certainly one they'd like to have back as it brings up 4th down. And here's Gillen on now to punt as he gets this one away. Taking it about the 36. 33 yards is the distance on the punt there. And the Jets will take over 1st and 10. So here come the Jets for their initial possession of the game. They're led out by a former number 2 overall pick in the draft from BYU, and Zach Wilson. Now Hall to start the drive. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down.
Here we go. Set. You're out.
Now it's Wilson. Open man is Uzomah. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40. Well, the first drive here and the first time that we've called the big tight end's name, but I can assure you this, Charles, it won't be the last.
No, it won't, because when he gets going, now it opens up opportunities on the perimeter, because that'll draw the defense towards him in the middle of the field. Now your wide receivers will get involved as this game goes on.
A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down. The Jets at 6 and 10 on the year. They come in feeling pretty good after back-to-back victories, CD.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Giants' 18. The Jet passing game in rhythm. They've got another first.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there, because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. But despite the completion, they're going to wind up losing 3 there. 2nd down. To throw is Wilson. He's got the connection to Moore. Pitch and catch there, good for 13. And that'll bring up what looks to be a 3rd and inches. Can't be more than a half a foot. It's safe to say the passing game has found a rhythm. He's now 4 of 4, but might need to be 5 of 5 to keep this drive going here as they face a 3rd down.
And maybe perhaps you show a running play, right? Maybe a little play action here to go ahead and let him throw the ball downfield. I wouldn't get away from him flinging it, because 4 for 4 already. I think he's got a good chance of picking this one up here on 3rd down.
1st and goal from just inside the 5. They'll run with Hall. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal. Wilson. And this will be caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Jets. Garrett Wilson, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Jets will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon. Rosas good with the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. A good drive that time as they go 9 plays in all.
And Garrett Wilson capped things off with a touchdown grab.
The Jets kick team out now to boot this one away. And from back there, a wise move. He'll just sit on this one, and it'll come out to the 25.
So the Giants getting the football back here for their 2nd drive.
You know, in our research packet this week, prepping for the game, so many articles from the local beat writer about the offensive struggles of this team and what will they do this offseason. What do you think they'll do?
Well, number one, they'll turn to themselves. And every team that's any good does this. They have outside groups, check out their team, scout them, and tell you who can play, who can't play, and reasons why. Some of it may just be health. They have to get some guys healthy and back out on the field. But overall, evaluate this squad and make the changes that you need to.
Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted. And the Jets are going to take possession of the football. And that's a ball that he is going to want to keep, his first career interception in the National Football League.
And I love what teams do when that happens. You bring the ball to the sideline, you put the guy, grabs it, he puts a piece of tape on it, writes on it so that you know what it is, and then they tuck it away so that you can have it for later and put it on your mantle. Pretty good deal for him right there. Now he's eager to get back out on the field and get his 2nd one.
They go play action now. Wilson. This pass complete. He finds Jeremy Ruckert. And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line.
But it's almost as if they didn't leave the field after their first drive. They picked right up where they left off. Another good throw there. And this offense, humming here in the early going.
On 1st and 10, it's Hall. And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. Here's Wilson to throw. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Part of what we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play. It forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
Got an open man. That's C.J. Uzama. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. And it's caught. Touchdown. C.J. Uzama from 8 yards out. And the Jets are off to a 13-0 first quarter lead. PAT up and good by Rosas. And it's now 14-0. A drive that time of 6 plays. And it's finished off by a New York Jets touchdown. The Jets kick team out now to boot this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. And the Giants ready to come out now. Not only are they in search of their first score, they're in search of their first down in this ball game as they come up 1st and 10. They begin with a run by Barkley. He's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. A good run got 7 on 1st. Here's 2nd and 3. On the draw, this is Barkley. And the defense closes quickly there. He'll get maybe a yard to the 33. This defense for the Jets, they were terrific in the win over Tennessee a week ago.
Yeah, what stood out to me on tape, the way they were flying to the football. So that tells me that they've got all their assignments down, and they're playing with extreme confidence.
And he will have a Giants first down by a couple of yards as they're able to get 4 and 2.
backfield guy can take it the distance, but in short yardage, trying to pick up first downs, that big guy, always a nice luxury to have, isn't he?
Meanwhile, Wentz's throw here pulled in by Galladay. And they're going to get this up to midfield.
You can almost hear the siren relief coming on the field.
From midfield, here's Wentz. Finding Sterling Shepard for his first catch. Touchdown, Giants! Sterling Shepard, 50 yards. And the Giants have got it back to within a score. Gano the extra point, and that'll make our score 14-7. That time, 75-yard drive, 5 plays. And it was polished off by a Giants touchdown. This one fielded at the 5. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. New York's offense back out there and set to go. Well, this offense looks like they have a little extra pep in their step as they take the field here for drive number 3. Because remember, Charles, drives 1 and 2 both ended in the end zone.
Yeah, and right now they've just got to be careful not to lean into overconfidence.
And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked up by Anthony Harris. Oh, able to avoid him. So a first interception thrown for him there, and that really not the best decision either.
Not at all, and that's something he did not do in their victory last week. No interceptions in that game, but this defense, they're able to take advantage of an early mistake. Now let's see if they're going to turn it into points.
That'll go for a gain of 7, and it'll be second down. Through one quarter, 14-7 our score. Ready to roll for the second quarter from MetLife Stadium. The Giants with the football as they've got it with a 2nd and 3 forthcoming. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
Absolutely nowhere to go with the football, and he's just going to put this one in the Hudson River. Maybe he's a little fortunate he didn't get called for grounding because that one was well over everyone's head.
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. They'll try to run for it with Barkley. And, oh, he's just going to be short here, barely, maybe by a half a foot. It'll be 4th and inches.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're not doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
And he takes it down to the 13 and picks up the first. Now we've got a Giant player here slow to get up after that last play. And this is certainly not what you want to see in the final week of the year. We'll be back. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. Shotgun now for Wentz. Now the pressure gets there and he goes down just inside the 20 at the 19. Quan Alexander coming in for that outside linebacker spot, and he buries him for a loss of 7.
It's interesting, partner, that most defenses try and guard the 35-yard line actively because they think the way kickers are nowadays, about a 52-yard field goal, they're kind of giving up points. But you get even deeper into territory, you get into the red zone, they're going to guard it even more, which means more pressure, more blitzing.
Only 3 yards on the pickup. They'll be left staring at a 3rd and 14. Going to need a crafty play call here. 14 yards is what they need to try to convert this thing. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. That's complete to Tony. And he'll be brought down well short of the first at about the 9-yard line. That'll give them 8 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down. Gano's kick is good, and they'll cut the lead back down to 4 now at 14-10. So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach turned his defense, the firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
Wilson leading the Jets up now for a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. He'll give it to Hall to start the drive. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. First down yardage on the first play of the drive, 14 yards.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up, not that time. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. 10 yards is the pickup, good enough for a Jet first down.
Here we go. Set.
From the shotgun, Wilson. Over the middle, complete. That's Moore. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. That's good for 28 yards.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
Now this one to his tight end out on the right side. And they're going to get this down inside the 20.
I'm wondering if the same thing went through your mind as mine. When I see a big man like that make a catch, all I keep thinking to myself is, big man with football. Look out, everyone. He may not juke you a whole lot, right? He may not run past you because of his size. You're talking about a guy weighing in the 270 range. But, boy, once he gets his mitts on the ball, he's going to be tough to bring down.
After a gain of 5, they'll wind up being about a length of the football short here on third down. They'll run with Hall. And he's in. Touchdown, Jets. Breece Hall with now 15 rushing touchdowns on the year. And they are able to add on to their advantage. Rosas good with the extra point, and that makes it a 21-10 game. So that winds up a 7-play drive all told.
And it was capped off by a Breece Hall touchdown run.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
This one fielded at the 5. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further.
The New York set to take the field. They'll look to make some inroads here, trailing 21-10 as they come up on a 1st and 10. Throwing now is Wentz. That's caught by Galladay. And he'll be corralled well upfield right around the 40-yard line. Great way to start the drive. 20 big ones and a first down.
Well, for teams that like to play man coverage, running corner routes can be tough on them because of the ability of getting into it. Sometimes you're squaring it off. Sometimes you're just rounding it. Sometimes there's a fake. Sometimes there's not. It makes it very, very difficult for a DB to stay with it.
And some oohs and ahs from the crowd as he jukes his way forward for a couple of yards. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Wentz. He'll find a man over the middle. It's Galladay.
And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
So in Jet territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. It's Barkley on the counter. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
Running again with Barkley on 2nd down.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. A yard in the wrong direction makes 3rd down tougher. 3rd down and 9.
They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first.
Now Wentz on 3rd down. He'll be taken down. The Jets get in there for the sack.
Quinnen Williams with a big-time sack on third down. It's a loss of 7. On fourth down, here's Jamie Gillen on to punt. And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. Following the punt return here, there is someone shaken up. Now, this is just the last thing you want to see in the final week of the regular season. Well, I hope he's okay. We'll step aside and be right back. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Now it's Wilson. And he can't escape, and down he goes. They'll wind up losing 3 there on the sack. Good pressure, and it's 2nd down. Another try after the 1st down sack. Wilson got his man complete over the middle. That's Wilson. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Straight ahead is Hall. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. Decided to hand it off that time on the run-pass option.
Appeared to be an easy decision. Just gave it inside. Nice steady gain.
Meanwhile, Wilson's throw complete there to Moore. And he's going to have a 1st down, and they get into field goal range here at the 29. Wilson. Getting the football to Davis on an out route. And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice 1st down. Drive keeps moving.
That's interference. Defense.
So the pass incomplete in the end zone, but the flag comes out for interference.
And now you're set up right on the doorstep of the goal line. 1 yard away. Changes what you're...
Got a man, it's caught. Touchdown, Jets. C.J. Uzomah, a beast in the red zone with his 2nd touchdown of the game. And the Jets will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. PAT up and good by Rosas. And the lead is up to 18 now. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This one fielded at the 5. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. And the Giants with one final possession here in this 1st half. And with time quickly fading here in the 2nd quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Clock at 20 seconds to go in the half as they come up 1st and 10. And they'll indeed start on the ground to run that clock. And defensively, they're just looking to keep him contained as they're able to get him down. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach!
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. It's all down to this. Week 18 of the NFL regular season. Lots to be decided, so let's get right to it. We'll get started up at Lincoln Financial Field in Philly, and it's the Eagles who are out in front. The Eagles trying to hold on and claim victory. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the 2nd quarter. On now to a look at the next-gen stats for the Jets in that first half. And the ground.
Only 2 quarters of football left in the regular season. Everybody's excited to get to the playoffs. So excited that we're just going to skip right over halftime and get back to the action. All right, Coach, thanks very much. Fine work as always as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. And the Jets set to receive this third quarter kickoff, and they have the lead as well as we are underway in the second half. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. And the Jets head out on offense here to start this third quarter. But they got to be thrilled with how they've operated so far in this one. They've got the nice lead, and now a chance to score here on 3 straight possessions.
Yeah, and the way that they are rolling, I just don't know how they get slowed down because they certainly are operating at peak efficiency right now. They might want to think about giving some of their backups a little bit of work, though. Let some other guys get on the field and do their thing and save some of this for the next time out.
And he's got the hook up to Moore. Hang on a second here, because on that last play, it appears one of the Giants shaken up. Boy, Week 18, this is just when you hope everybody can get through the regular season healthy, but the medical staff is going to have to take a look here, and we'll step aside. Wilson now to throw on third down. And he's got a man, Corey Davis. And he is going to have a Jets first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the third quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
And a solid run here as he'll pick his way down to the 42-yard line. 70 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon. Off the play fake, here's Wilson. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by the USC man, Adoree Jackson. And the Jets are going to have it here just past the 25. So the holding call on the offense, so they go ahead and decline that one and take possession of the football on the INT. Wentz now on first down. Open man, he's got him, the tight end Hockenson. Short completion, just 4 yards, and that'll make it second down. On play action, Wentz. Robinson hauling it in outright. And he gets this up to the 34 out of bounds there. They'll give him 4 yards there, and that's going to bring up 3rd and 2. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. Wentz looking to throw on 3rd and 2. It's hauled in by Shepard. And he will have a Giants first down, and he's going to have it by plenty. Able to get 8 yards there on 3rd and 2. A first down carry for Barkley. And he's going to bowl his way forward to the 48. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
That one, a first down pickup of 8. They'll run it again with Barkley. We're down to the 41. On 3rd down, Barkley. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage.
Brandon, what were they thinking on defense there? They looked like they were playing for the pass. That was 3rd and short. Yeah, it was an easy pickup because they handed it to him. That was way too easy.
Just looked like absolute confusion defensively. Not sure why they were in that set.
Yeah, I'd say you try to have a few men in the box there.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
With his size, it often takes more than one guy to get him down, but if you can at least slow him up and the reinforcements arrive, you have a chance to get him on the ground, and that they did that time for a loss.
Now they'll throw it. Wentz. And just not enough on the throw there. Down around his feet and incomplete.
Not only did he have a chance to scan the field there, it felt like he had a chance to scan it twice. The protection was that good. Unfortunately for him, the coverage downfield, equally good.
Throwing is Wentz. This is Shepard on the catch. And he'll be brought down at the 28, and that is well short of the first. Calling a gain of 6 on the play, and that's going to make it 4th down. Gano's kick is good, and that'll get the deficit down to 15. But whatever was said in the locker room during the break must have worked. They forced the turnover. They didn't get the touchdown, Charles, but it does translate into 3 points to begin the second half.
Exactly as they discussed in the locker room at halftime. Get some points to get things kick-started. Now start your half off with some momentum. Gives you something to build on for your next possession.
And they will wrangle it down a couple yards shy of the 30. Back on offense, New York gets set to take over. As this offense takes the field against CD. Remember last drive, they were moving the football, but then they threw that costly interception, so we'll see if they can right the ship here on this drive.
And doesn't that just sum up football? We see it all the time, don't we? The defense goes from losing the battle to making a huge play and stealing the momentum. So you know they're riding high right now, and they're ready to challenge this offense and that quarterback one more time.
And we'll see if the offense is up for that challenge here as things start to get more interesting here in the second half. So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. Hall on to give up the middle. 76 yards rushing for him now to this point.
It's not a huge breakaway run, but if your starting running back finishes the game with averages of 5 or 6 yards per touch, you'll take that every single time.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. Hall again on 2nd down. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
They go play action now. Wilson under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Azeez Ojulari. The blitz works to perfection as he gets in there to dump him for a loss of 8. Gotta imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. The throw over the middle taken in. And they're going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Giants' 24-yard line.
24-yard gain on the play. 1st down, New York. That's the end of the 3rd.
1 quarter remains here as the regular season starts to wind down. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now here at MetLife Stadium. It's Jet football as they've got the lead here, and we get set to begin quarter number 4. Steps away to his left. And he's going to take it in for a Jets touchdown. Zach Wilson taking it in from 24 yards out. And the Jets are closing in on a 3rd straight win as they widen the gap further here in the 4th quarter.
Not quite sure how to describe that, but I think that there's a mix-up in responsibilities defensively because they're so used to either the running back getting the ball or the ball getting out of his hands downfield as a pass that when he ends up keeping it, they sometimes get fooled. And he found a way to squirt through the defenders and take off for a big, big run.
The Jets kick team out now to boot this one away.
from the 6. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20. As the Giants head back out there, let's take a look at the playoff picture in the NFC. And it's all come down to this, hasn't it? Final week of the regular season. As this year's playoffs play out anything like the regular season has gone, could be in for a wild and fun month of January.
And we can break the rules because we can look ahead. All right, there's not a coach out there that's ever said to their team, all right, let's look three weeks down the road. It's always right here, right now. Forget that. Think about what the playoffs are going to look like. The teams that we see that are already in, the teams that are trying to get in, we could have some great matchups.
And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. Give him 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give him a first down. Well, those are the types of plays they probably wish they had made more of in the first 3 quarters. And this deficit going to be tough to overcome here in the 4th. But a nice first down and a pickup on that throw.
Yeah, and this is where as coaches, you're looking for effort and execution, even though the scoreboard is going against you. You want to find out who's going to fight, who's going to scrap, who's going to keep their heads up and continue to play.
Let's go, let's go. That's what it is. That's what it is, baby. I got you, baby. Get something together. Yeah, go right here, baby. Here we go.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Wentz going to throw. He finds his man complete. It's Shepard. And he's corralled at the 40, but not before picking up 8.
That's a gain of 8. Brings up 3rd and 2.
The Giants on 3rd down. They've converted 3 times in 8 chances. This time they face a 3rd and 2. Now Wentz again. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. Give him 6 yards, and they do convert on 3rd. Couple of first downs to kick off the drive. Here's 1st and 10 up at the 46. To throw is Wentz. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone. Here's 2nd and 10. To throw, it's Wentz. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here. Now, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a Scotia credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
Now a shot taken on 3rd down, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
Even with such a big lead late, the effort hasn't lapsed one bit. If the offense wants to score some points in this one, they're going to have to earn it. These guys are not giving up anything.
Now Wentz, got to have this one. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. The Giants go on 4th, but come up empty. And the Jets are going to get the football here in great field position. A handoff for Hall. And he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Now Wilson. He dumps this one off here to Hall. And he's going to be taken down at about the 33.
I like the play design there. They occupied the defense downfield, everyone trying to account for someone. But unfortunately, they didn't account for the running back slipping out of the backfield. And he was absolutely unnoticed and wound up getting big yards on that play.
Running left, it's Hall. 87 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And some determined running there as he'll pick his way down to the 12-yard line. Give him 15 yards on that one, and the Jets move the chains.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with, and throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they turn to, and it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
And here he'll get it down to the 7.
From the 7, it's 2nd and 5.
Now they'll throw it with Wilson. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Barreling in for the sack, Shelby Harris.
Well, we saw him score on the ground earlier in the ball game. This time, the defense says not so fast.
Yeah, that's good scouting and good awareness, isn't it? Because you always have to be wary of him keeping it himself, especially in this part of the field. Because if he doesn't like what he sees, you know he'll take off and try and go for it himself.
Rosa's kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further.
So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well, and kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
This one fielded at the 5.
Here's the Giant offense now as they get ready to take over here.
And you see a lot of frustrated faces as they are inching closer to a 4th straight loss.
Throwing on first is Wentz. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Wentz. Forced out, and he's going to be brought down. Back at his own 6-yard line.
Multiple defenders getting to him there for a huge loss.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And incomplete on the deep ball.
That's coverage you'd expect to see in a tie game late. Not in a lopsided game like this. They are not letting up.
So from their own end zone here, this kicks away. Let's take it inside his own 40. A big kick that time, 52 yards.
And the Jets will take over.
And New York set to take the field.
Well, we've reached the stage where it's a mere formality at this point. They've got the comfortable lead. We know what the outcome is going to be. I guess the only question is, do they want to put more points on the board before the final gun?
Well, I certainly hope not. And I'm being selfish here because you and I have flights to catch. Let's go ahead and finish this one off, guys. You've taken care of business. Let's close it out. And you and I, let's get to the airport.
On 2nd and 9, Wilson, and he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down.
Azeez Ojulari
Picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Jets football as we get you reset here.
So now Wilson and the Jets with a 3rd and long here following the sack.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Wilson to the right side, and he's got more complete. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. How about that? They weather the storm of a 3rd and 17 to pick up the first. Oh, Wilson going to throw.
And check down, complete to Hall. And they're going to move it down to inside the 25.
The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play.
Let's go.
Wilson. Completes it to Davis. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Giants' 12-yard line.
Hang on now. We're going to pause here. We've got an injured player. From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10.
Throwing again here, Wilson. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is over. Not much defensive resistance on that drive. And really, Charles, the way this offense has been playing, they haven't faced much defensive resistance the entire game.
Yeah, I think it's safe to say that one team, their defense did not wake up and make it to the stadium for this one. There may be some major changes on that side of the ball when we see them the next time out.
Now, here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete.
I know we can sit up here and dance around it a little bit, but going for two in this situation, somebody doesn't like someone else. There's no doubt in my mind.
Well, what they couldn't see is you lean back in your chair and you went, yeah, that's not a good decision. They didn't get it, though.
Yeah, I don't think you can just say, well, my kicker's hurting this spot. No, okay.
Now out come the Giants.
Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
Now Wentz. Open man is Galladay, complete. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop him with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. On first down, Wentz. And I think that one might have been intercepted, but he will be ruled out of bounds. So this will go only as incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Wentz to Shepard, complete over the middle.
And they're going to get this up to midfield.
Now another timeout called for by the offense, as the clock will stop with an even 20 seconds left to go. From midfield, here's Wentz. And that is incomplete. So 17 seconds now on the clock here. What we just saw there, that's really been a common theme all afternoon.
A lot of pressure. That forced the errant pass. He's been under duress this entire afternoon. He just had to unload that one. He's fortunate it was just incomplete and not intercepted.
And the punt over the side in the air, and the spot will be inside the 35.
At their own 34-yard line.
The Jets offense ready to go in this Battle of New York. They're looking at a third straight win here if they can hold on. Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
Well, their passing attack, even though that one was incomplete, has been really sharp in this one. It's resulted in a lot of touchdowns, and it looks like they're not going to stop throwing the football until the very end of this one.
Well, that will certainly make everyone involved on offense pretty happy, because that gives them all a chance to pad their stats a bit. But as far as the actual need, you and I both know they can just run this clock out, because this one, it was over a long time ago.
Wilson wants to throw it. Wide open. That's Clark. They lost him. And he is out of bounds inside the 35.
Charles, a lot of happy faces heading into the tunnel as this one ends, and understandably so. Not only did they get the win, but boy, their offense was on fire in this ball game.
And partner, I have no idea what the top speed is on one of those high-end